Okay, this is the first half of the solo of Sheeple. It starts with this kind of strange pickup line. Which is 15, 14 on the high E string and then 15 on the B string. And then 13 on the high E string, 14 on the B string, and 15 on the G string. And then we have this kind of F major 7 shape. 12 high E string, 13 B, 14 G, 15 D string. And then we have like an E major triad here, 12 on the B string, 13 on the G string, and 14 on the D string. And then we have 12 on the G string, 13 on the D string, and then we have 12 on the D string. It's probably just easier to watch. It's like I kind of picture it like this. The whole thing is picked alternately, so you have a lot of cross picking, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, which is kind of awkward. It feels kind of awkward. You have this kind of picking a lot in bebop lines, for example. So if you're used to playing bebop licks, you're probably more used to this. If you're used to more playing this kind of stuff, 3-note per string alternate picking, then this might feel a little bit awkward. But it's a very great warm-up exercise for your right hand. And then I do this kind of bluesy bend, which is basically like an A major, A and major third, both 14th fret on the G and B strings. And basically when you bend, if you get lucky, both strings go automatically into this kind of sound, this kind of pitch. And then I do a pentatonic lick, which is based on this blues lick that you've probably heard 1,000 times. What I'm doing is I'm taking it down the pentatonic scale. I'm starting on a different shape, which would be 15-17 on the B string and 15-19 on the high E string. The way I pick this is down, up, pull, up. So I do have one pull-off in there. And then I go to the next pattern, which would be probably the known one, the original one. 12, 15 on the B string. But I use 12 and 17 on the high E string. For those of you into harmony and theory, this could also be seen as a E minor 7 arpeggio starting on the flat 7, which will be a third inversion. And then I just take it down another step of the E minor pentatonic scale, which will be 10-12 and 10-15. So again, fairly big stretches here. And now I descend. I add the flat 5 on the 11th fret of the B string. So I do this. And then I just go down the pentatonic. Everybody should know this shape, I guess. And since I'm using a drop D, I land on the 14th fret instead of the 12th fret, and it gives me my root. So that will be the whole lick. Slowly again. I end with an upstroke. And what I do now is something that it's an idea. It's an intervallic idea I took from Carl Verheyen, great guitarist. I'll play it slowly and then I break it down and explain it. It's basically I'm using a bunch of sixes in intervals. So I'm starting on the 7th fret on the A string on the root, and I skip the D string and I go right to the G string with my first finger on the 6th fret, and I slide into the 7th fret, which would be the flat 7. And then I go back to the D string that I just skipped, and I play with my 3rd finger 9th fret. And then 8th fret, I skip again a string, I go right to the B string, 8th fret, and I slide to the 10th fret. And then I go back to the string I just skipped, which would be the G string, and I play with my 1st finger on the 9th fret. So the whole thing slowly. And then I jump right to the octave. I skip again a string, jump right to the octave on the high E string. 12th fret, slide into the 14th fret, which would be the 9. Skip again the B string, go to the G string with my 3rd finger, 14th fret. And then I go back to the B string, 12th fret, slide into the 14th. And from there, I just go 16th and 14 on the D string. And then I go to the 15th fret on the B string and slide into the 17th fret. So that would be 21, 15, sliding to 14 on the B string and 17 on the high E string. Back to 14, sliding to 12 on the B string and 15 on the high E string. Back to 12 on the B string, sliding down to 10th fret on the B string and 14 on the high E string. And I do this little slur. So the whole lick slowly. You probably have to watch this a couple of times. I know this is kind of confusing, but you'll get it. And that's basically the first half of the solo of Sheeple.